Alright, so you guys might have heard about the new Roblox update, where Roblox has been limiting a bunch of developers, in fact, every developer, by making it so you have to pay 1,000 Robux when you first publish your game, and afterwards, making you have 500 highly engaged players above 16 years old. Now this kind of sucks for indie developers, as they don't have that kind of funding or that player base, and it's kind of hard to get that player base when you're so limited. The only real way to get that kind of players is by spending money on ads, and that's just really expensive. If you want to get some good players from ads, you're gonna have to spend well over 10,000 Robux, and most people just don't have that. Take me for example. I am a developer. I have been developing since 2019, and this is still limiting me. I can't do what I want to do. I just want to make games for the fun of it, but I can't do that. Even if I publish an ad, I still will not get that kind of players. In fact, I have tried, and I only got about, at max, 5 players. I don't have the kind of money to get real players. I spent about, well, 2,000 Robux, and they all just disappeared, so I definitely will not be doing that again. Now, people have come out and said that they might quit, they might do this and that, and this is so annoying and whatnot. But we all know people will continue to play Roblox. For me, however, I will most likely be quitting, as I have spent way too much time, way too much money, and everything else on Roblox, and the people who work on it, the people who own it, the moderators of Roblox, they're just not great. I will admit, some moderators on Roblox are great. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all moderators just suck, but it's just majority of people who work on Roblox, work at Roblox, they just don't really do that much. Even the customer support, well, there's not really that much customer support, and that's just a very big problem with the platform. Currently, my biggest problem is that, well, they recently made the change that you have to spend 1,000 Robux to publish a game in the first place, and if you don't have a certain amount of players playing the game, well, then you're not going to get that money back. You have to have at least 100 active players for you to earn your 1,000 Robux back that you spent on publishing. Now that's one thing, of course, like, it's 1,000 Robux, whatever. It'll stop bad actors from, doing what they do, and it'll make the platform a safer place. And they could have stopped there, but no. As you can see on the screen right now, it says highly engaged players not eligible. This is from my game. I have 5 highly engaged players out of 500, and I don't know how I'm ever going to reach that. I tried to make ads after ads, but there's just nothing I can do about it, and that's just really disappointing to me. I honestly hope they remove that part. I feel like it's not very useful, and they're just doing a bit too much. I feel like there's no reason to do all of that. I understand you want to stop bad actors, that's fair enough, go for it, but it just gets to a point where it's affecting not only the bad actors, but also the loyal players, the loyal player base who have been there since the old days, since the start of Roblox, and even new players, because new players, they don't get to experience as much. Some little kid on their mom's iPad is not gonna get to experience what everyone else experiences because of this new update. Obviously, new games coming out is only gonna be able to be played by people who have done the age check, done the ID, all of that, are over 16, until enough players have played the games that it will be unlocked for younger audiences, and that's just not fun. Even for developers, they have to go through some drastic measures just to make sure that even 16-year-olds can play the game. It went from, okay, we have to do this age check because this and that and this and that, to, okay, give me your money. I feel like they're just doing too much. I feel like they've overstepped. I feel like they've overdid themselves. Like, obviously, like, for example, I know Steam, itch.io, and a bunch of other game publishing websites / apps do require you to pay a bit of money, so I'm not surprised Roblox is doing that, because obviously that will stop bad people, because they might not have that kind of money. But making people have these highly engaged players before allowing them to reach younger audiences, I just feel like it's a bit too much. Also, setting it to 500, I feel like that's doing too much. I understand the stuff about the bad actors, but this is really just affecting everyone. It's like we have cockroaches in our house. How are we gonna get them out? Let's burn the entire house down. Like, yes, it gets rid of all the cockroaches, but it also gets rid of your entire house. Where's your family gonna live? Seems like Roblox just does not care about the family. They just care about getting the cockroaches out of the house, even if they do that in a very extreme way. And I just feel like at some point you gotta be like, okay, maybe this is a bit much now. And I feel like we've reached that point now. I feel like a lot of people are gonna quit because of this, and I think Roblox's numbers are really going to plummet. Now, I haven't actually looked at anything. I haven't looked at the stocks. I haven't looked at the daily players. Obviously, the update did just come out, so there's gonna be some changes. But I've been on Twitter, or I guess X, and I have seen a lot of people talking about they are going to quit now because of this update. And yes, it might sound a little extreme, but it's just very difficult for indie games and indie developers to get out there, to be shown to the world with this update, because it's really limiting the small creators. This does not affect anything like big games or you know, any of those Soul Studios, you know, just games in general. Adopt Me, Blade Ball, Please Donate. Well, there is another update regarding Please Donate, but I'll move on to that a bit later. It's not affecting any of them. It's only affecting small creators who don't have the money, the player base, and all of that to actually get up to the point where younger audiences can play, because the younger audience is very important. The younger audience is sort of what gives reach to the game, if that's the right way of saying it. It's the younger audience that makes the game popular, because they don't have much else to do. They get home, they hop on their iPad, they see this new game. Oh, look, Split the Seas for Brain Rot or whatever. Let's go ahead and play that. No one above 16 are going to play that, and a lot of people have been making games for younger audiences, which, if they were unlucky, if they didn't get to promote it yet, they just won't be able to, because the game was made for younger audiences. But they have to reach this certain audience before the younger audience can get to experience it. Obviously 16-year-olds, I mean, some might, but majority of 16-year-olds, 16 plus accounts, are not gonna hop on Split the Seas for Brain Rot. That's for younger audiences, but the younger audience just cannot reach those games anymore. That's the main problem. I understand we don't want bad actors on the platform. I totally agree with it, but it's at some point the kids just will not have the smallest chance of even playing a game, because a few people above 16 will obviously have to play it first before the younger audience. That's really gonna limit the platform, especially because 70% of the platform are under that age. I think it's mainly just like 70% of it is just 7-year-olds. So yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about that. It's a crazy situation. I hope they revert it. But right now we have no information. The update did just come out, but we are seeing a lot of people quit the platform because there's just too much for them. Like this person says, what exactly was the plan here? Making it so no one under 16 can play new games until they get 500 engaged users over 16. Did Roblox forget that most of their top earning games are games made for young children? Well, good luck everyone. And that just kind of shows. It doesn't seem like they're really helping out smaller developers. It's just the big studios that get the benefit of, well, we've already had these players, they're going to be loyal to new games, they have the money, and they'll easily hit that threshold to be eligible for younger audiences. Small indie developers will not have that kind of reach. They might not have the funding. They might not be able to get to that reach of players that will make them eligible for this younger audience. Obviously, making games for younger audiences is going to be a lot harder now. Practically impossible. It seems like we're gonna have to stop making these brain rot games because only few players over the age of, well, maybe 13 are gonna be playing these types of game, and if they are, it's most likely just to joke around. Alright, well, I just wanted to say that about the new update that Roblox previously added. Another thing, however, is that games like Please Donate, Starving Artists, all of those types of games are no longer going to be permitted on Roblox. See, what Roblox is doing is they are removing the API that will fetch player game passes from inside games. So what that means is those little buttons on the Please Donate booths, those fetch game passes, those get your game passes from your account and put them onto that booth so people can donate to you. But now Roblox does not permit that anymore. So Please Donate and these other games cannot get these game passes to put on your booth, so people can't donate anymore. Now, I suspect the reason they're doing this is most likely to get people to use the new Plus feature that is giving Robux. Because if you didn't know, with Roblox Plus, you can directly send Robux to another user with no fees. Now, it might sound good, but it kind of removes the fun of donating to people. Obviously, Roblox wants you to use this feature. They want you to buy their subscription, but that comes at a cost that will be no more donation games. Now, I'm not one to use donation games, but I think that donation games just bring the community more together. I know there's a lot of bots on Please Donate, but isn't there always? I just feel like, if you ask me, it kind of just brings the community together. People join, people donate to each other. One person can very easily make another person very happy by giving them just a bit of Robux. It goes a long way. Obviously now it would just be a boring menu that says send 10,000 Robux to the winning flash. Like, okay, yes, here you go. Have my Robux. The winning flash over here is not even going to be able to see it. He's just going to wake up one morning and, oh, there's 10,000 Robux in account. Congratulations. Is this where Hasm goes bankrupt? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But that's all I'd like to say for now. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about the new updates. I'm not much of a news creator, but if this goes well, then I'll see if I can start doing that. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment with your thoughts. And hit that subscribe button so you're notified next time I post a video. Thank you all. Bye bye.